A letter of request is a formal written document used to politely ask for something from an individual or organization. It serves as a clear and concise way to communicate your needs and provide necessary information for the recipient to make an informed decision. The letter of request, as its name suggests, is a formal written plea aimed at securing something specific. This something can be diverse. It can be in the form of information, such as brochures, application forms, guidelines, and clarification on policies. It can also be in a form of assistance, such as help with a project, event, research, and fundraising. It can also be in a form of permission, such as using copyrighted material, conduct research, and organizing an event. And lastly, it can also be in a form of favor, such as recommendation, scholarship, job interview, and financial aid. Later on, we're about to dig in deeper about its purpose and types, and each type requires a nuanced approach, tailoring the tone, arguments, and emphasis to resonate with the intended recipient. So, here's a breakdown of the essential aspects of a letter of request. So, the purpose of the letter of request includes to request specific assistance, information, permission, or action, to express your interest in something and provide your qualifications, and to formally appeal for support or consideration. So, the purpose and types of the letter of request includes request for information, to inquire about specific details or resources. So examples includes asking for brochures, application forms, guidelines, and clarification on policies. Its key points includes clearly state the specific information you need, mention any relevant background or context, and express your appreciation for their time and assistance. So, the next type of request is the request for assistance, to seek help with a task or project. Examples include seeking help with a research project, community event, fundraising initiative, and etc. Its key points include briefly explain the project or initiative, clearly define the specific assistance needed, outline your qualifications and experience, and express your willingness to collaborate and provide further information. And next is the request for permission, to gain approval for an action or event. Examples include seeking approval to use copyrighted material, conduct research on private property, organize an event, and etc. Its key points include clearly state the permission being requested, explain the purpose and the intended outcome, emphasize the benefits and positive impact, and demonstrate respect for the recipient's decision. Another type of the letter of request includes job application, to express interest in a job opportunity. Examples include applying for a specific job opening or expressing general interest in employment opportunities. Its key points include highlight relevant skills and experience, tailor your application to the specific job requirements, showcase your enthusiasm and potential value to the organization, and include your resume and any other required documents. So for the next type of the letter of request includes request for scholarship, to apply for financial aid. Examples include applying for financial aid to pursue academic studies or participate in training programs. Its key points include demonstrate academic excellence and financial need, highlight your career aspirations and potential contributions, clearly state the amount of scholarship requested and its intended use, and provide any supporting documents such as transcripts and letters of recommendation.
So, good morning everyone. By the way, I am Rowan Defita. So, my topic for today's video is structure and elements. So, first, header. So, when we talk header, we will include the names, address, and date, and receipt, and title, and reference number. Then after that, the salutation. So salutation means which is will make a formal. So we will use dear, miss, Mr, and also the name of the professor, then last name, and also establish report and processional. And after that, we will do some introduction, and we will state purpose clearly and concisely. So provide briefly context of background information. And after that, the body. So clearly explain the requests and provide all relevant details. Highlight any benefit and positive outcomes. After that, the body, and we will do some closing. So reiterate your requests and expression. So include your contact number and further communication. And after that, in the lower of the paper is your name and your signature. And that's all the simple things to do, the structure and elements.
So I am Jessica Arsabilio, and as of this moment I am going to continue the discussion about traditional letter. Beyond the formal using storytelling in your request letter. So while the traditional structured approach, the request letters remain effective, you can also consider incorporating storytelling elements to make your request stand out and resonate with the recipient. Here's how. So basically, the traditional structure is a request letter in which it provides the background information and supporting details. And of course, nasa CI closing paragraph wherein maka-restate ang purpose sa letter. So, okay, for example, yung ano siya. But in writing, a request letter dili lang siya mag-base lang sa naandan. But we could also incorporate some storytelling para mas stand out ang atong letter. So, here's how to do it. Start with a compiling hook. Instead of a dry introduction, open with the anecdote, a relevant statistic or a personal experience that captures the reader's attention and introduces the context of your request. So using a dry introduction, mas better if mag-use tag anecdote. So talking about anecdote, so this is a short, often assuming story about an event. So just like for example, remember when I used to sit on my dad's lap while he drove around town delivering mail. So this using anecdote in writing. A request letter will help a lot judge since personal experience captures the reader's attention. You don't tell. Instead of simply stating your request, paint a vivid pictures of the positive impact it will have. Describe the lives it will touch, the problem it will solve, or the dream it will help fulfill. So mas better if dili lang kay puro words lang jud. So mas nindot if mag-provide sa kag pictures for this called give a positive impact. Use personal connections. If appreciate, share a personal connection to the recipient or the cause you're advocating for. This can create a sense of empathy and understanding. So as you can see in the picture, yun na ni siya. And along with the pictures, describe also lives with it will touch as the problem it will solve. Incorporate strong visual. If possible, include relevant image or infographics that visually present your request and its potential impact. Okay, so kini siya, dili jud siya necessary somehow. But accordingly, if appreciate lang naman, pwede kayo ka mag-put on personal connection a recipient or the cause sa imong advocate. Maintain a balance while storytelling can be powerful. Ensure it does not overshadow the key details of your request. Also maintain clarity and personalism by weaving a compelling narrative into your request letter. You can evoke emotions deeper level and ultimately increase your chance of a positive response. Remember, people are more likely to support and cause they feel invested in, and storytelling can be a powerful tool to create investment.
So unveiling the secrets of letter of request, or a deep dive. So first is cultural nuances. So the cultural nuances of a letter of request can vary significantly. So in some cultures, it's customary to express politeness and gratitude extensively before making the request. So in others, a more direct and concise approach may be preferred. So understanding the specific cultural norms regarding formality, tone, and structure is crucial for effective communication. So if you have a specific cultural context in mind, I can provide more tailored advice. So for example, the American letter emphasizes politeness and gratitude. So while the Japanese letter incorporates more formal language and expresses humility. So adaptation to cultural norms is essential for effective communication in diverse settings. So second is technology impact. So online forms and email have streamlined request letters. So embrace these tools while maintaining clarity and professionalism. So technology has streamlined the process of drafting and sending letters of request, making communication more efficient. So digital formats, emails, and online platforms have replaced traditional paper-based methods, allowing for quicker transmission and response times. So additionally, technology enables easy tracking and documentation of communication, enhancing overall organizational effectiveness. Example is consider a business scenario where a project manager needs approval for additional resources. So in the past, they might have prepared a physical letter requesting these resources. So with technology, first is email communication, electronic signatures, collaborative editing, tracking and follow-up, and automation. So in this example, technology streamlines the process, reduces delays, and enhances collaboration, ultimately improving the efficiency of letter of request for additional resources. So the third one is ethical considerations. So balance persuasive writing with honesty and transparency. So avoid misleading information or exaggerated claims. So several ethical considerations come into play when drafting a letter of request. So here are some key aspects to keep in mind. So first is transparency. So clearly communicate the purpose of request, providing all necessary information. So next is honesty. So ensure that the content of the letter is truthful and accurate. So next is respect for privacy. So respect the privacy of individuals mentioned in the letter. So next is informed consent. So if the request involves actions that impact others, seek informed consent where applicable. Fairness and impartiality. So treat all parties fairly and avoid any form of bias or discrimination. So confidentiality. So if the information in the letter is confidential, ensure that it is treated as such. So next is avoiding coercion. So ensure that the language used in the letter does not exert undue pressure or coercion on the recipient. So next is professionalism. So maintain a professional tone and demeanor in the letter. So next is compliance with regulations. So ensure that the letter complies with relevant laws and regulations. Next is impact assessment. So consider the potential impact of requests on all stakeholders. So next is cultural sensitivity. So be mindful of cultural differences and sensitivities. Conflict of interest. So disclose any potential conflicts or interests that may influence the request. So next is adhering to these ethical considerations ensures that the letter of request is not only effective in achieving its purpose but also aligns with principles of fairness, integrity, and respect for individuals and their rights. So the fourth one is advanced strategies. So learn to handle objections gracefully, negotiate effectively, and close the deal with confidence. So advanced strategies for crafting effective letters of request involve a combination of persuasive communication, strategic structuring, and tailored approaches. So here are some advanced strategies. So first is personalization. So tailor the letter to the specific recipient, acknowledging the rule, achievements, or challenges. So next is problem solution framework. So clearly articulate the issue or need and then present a well thought out solution. So the third one is storytelling techniques. So incorporate storytelling elements to make the letter more engaging. So the fourth one is highlighting mutual benefits. So emphasize how fulfilling the request aligns with the recipient's goals or interests. So the fifth one is using persuasive language. So employ persuasive language techniques such as power words, rhetorical questions, and positive framing to influence the reader's mindset and encourage a favorable response. So next is building credibility. So showcase your credibility by including relevant achievements, qualifications, or endorsements from reputable sources. So next is framing as an opportunity. So position the request as an opportunity rather than a burden. So creating a sense of urgency. So introduce a reasonable sense of urgency to convey the timeliness of the request. So next is offering alternatives. So provide options or alternative related to the request. This demonstrates flexibility and willingness to work collaboratively to find a solution that suits both parties. So social proof. Include relevant testimonial demonstrates the positive outcomes associated with fulfilling similar requests. So next is utilizing visual elements. So incorporate visuals such as charts, graphs, or relevant images to enhance the visual appeal and clarity of request. So follow-up strategy. So outline a strategic follow-up plan within the letter. Express your intention to follow up and provide additional information or clarification if needed. Showcasing your commitment to the request. By integrating these advanced strategies, your letter of request can be a powerful communication tool that can only convey your needs but also persuades the recipient to take positive action. So the last one is the real-world examples. So certainly, here are a couple of real-world examples of letters of request for different scenarios. So first is business partnership request and information request letter. So these examples provide a framework for structuring letters of request, emphasizing clarity and professionalism. So always tailor the content to suit the specific context and purpose of your request. So explore successful request letters for different purposes such as scholarship applications, grant proposals, community initiatives. So learn from their strengths and adapt them to your needs. So remember, the letter of request is more than just a piece of paper. It's a chance to connect, collaborate, and make a difference. So let's unleash its power and turn your requests into resounding successes. So that is all, and we hope this deep dive of the letter of request equips you with the knowledge and confidence to tackle any request with finesse.